I know you do good. Good afternoon, everybody. How you guys? I just wanted to really, I visited the kids at St. Elizabeth. I wanted to come and speak to the students here as well, Newark students at the university, based on our program that we started. You know, Newarkers have kind of unique barriers, you know, in terms of trying to be able to get to school and get to college, and a lot of it has to do with resources more than anything. And we wanted to remove some of those barriers, which is why we started the, guaranteed education program. And it's interesting that now nationally they're having this debate about student loans and whether we forgive students' debt or not, and who didn't get their debt, forgiven years before, is playing a role in this. I don't understand why we always want our children to have better than we did, more opportunity than we did. So it seems to be the right thing to do to make sure we move barriers away from kids to be able to attend university or college. That stood in our way. And, even if it means we don't get our loans pulled back, right, it means that, you guys have a greater opportunity. So that's really what we did. And we just want to thank Caldwell, the university here, for partnering with us here. Yes. They didn't have to do that, yes. Right? They got wind of what we were doing and said, we want to be in. Yeah. And we appreciate that. And
well, Newark's our city, Mr. Mayor, right? That's, New York isn't our city. Newark
that's right.
is our city. So we're happy to help, and we look forward to welcoming a lot more students here and helping these guys graduate and move forward, help the city, help the area.
Yep, that's awesome. Nope. Soon we want to have this whole table filled.
Yes.
That's what we're going to work on. We want to be able to get your friends and colleagues and all folks that you know in different schools to come and fill these spaces up at this fine university and be a graduate of Caldwell, right? That's what we want to do, right? So just wanted to ask a few questions, if you mind. Just talk a little bit about yourself and your experience here. That's it. I mean, that's really what I want to know. If you're all good, if you're okay, come visit you. See if you've eaten. You know what I mean?
Remember, I know where to find you. So.
Anybody can start. Yeah.
My name is Aaliyah Kearney. I'm a sociology major here at the university. So far, so well.
My name is Jonathan Clark. I'm a computer science major here, and so far my experience has been good. Being a freshman, it was a little hard to adjust, but I'm getting the hang of it slowly.
My name is Jamari Johnson. I'm also a computer science major studying software development. I can say being here at Caldwell was an eye-opening experience. It gave me a chance to learn and grow and develop in an environment that I didn't think I'd be able to be in before.
Hi, I'm Priscilla, and my major is exercise science, and my experience here in Caldwell is pretty, I love it, low-key. I love the environment, making friends with people. The professors are really nice. They're not as bad as I thought they would be, and, it's a welcoming community. I really like the welcoming community. You have places and people that are willing to help you out, and I really do appreciate that and everything.
That's good. What is exercise science?
It focuses more on the ability to move and everything, and more bodily parts and movement. Right. And I want to major, that's what I want to major in, and I want to go to physical therapy. Right. So that major will really help me out in getting into the right program.
So you're going to be a doctor?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's good.
That's the kind of doctor I need.
Yes.
I go to physical therapy now.
I'll help you out in the future.
By the way, since we're on that topic. So what are some of the challenges you've experienced in this? Has it been difficult for you?
Some of the challenges I can say I faced is honestly just separating personal life and school life. I can say trying to be there for my family and then trying to be there for myself for school has been my biggest struggle.
That's something I've also struggled with, is the creating a divide and being able to manage both, but I'm slowly getting the hang of it. So, yeah.
Time.
I agree with both of them.
I know that's right.
You know each other now, though, right? So you got a little support group here. You could help each other.
That's important. It's definitely important. Yeah. Is there folks you can go to when you're having trouble academically and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
The faculty and staff here, they're like real helpful. They like I understand it's college, but it still like gives me like that. I understand it's college, but it still gives me like that high school feel, like when it comes to like help.
Yeah.
Only because it's like the professors, they're willing to work with you one-on-one, and the faculty are like, they're always there to help. So it's like she said earlier, it's like real welcoming.
Well, that's good. It's good. It's definitely good to hear. I know the president likes that too.
Yeah.
We didn't know what they were going to say.
No, that's really good. Yeah. But what do you think we could do, like the city? I mean, one, to make it better for anybody else, and like right now, like what would the city? What could we do?
I think the biggest thing is a lack of activity. I can say for me personally, and from what I've heard from other students around the campus, when we're not in class, there's not a whole lot to do around here and in the area. So things can get pretty dry. And I feel like that's probably the biggest issue people have. Well, that I have sometimes too. I do get bored a little bit, but yeah.
You live on campus?
Yes.
Okay, got it. Good to know.
That's a frequent kind of a thing when we went to other school too, like especially in like these kind of suburban communities. It's not a lot to do, so they were trying to figure out stuff to do on the campus. You know, yeah, that's.
Do they join club?
I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
they did. They
just
joined
maybe
clubs.
looking into activities, sports, and even like peer tutoring, building relationships with students on campus to create activities too. I think that'd be helpful. Just where your interests are, you are always free to like bring it on campus. You know.
Yeah, I don't know if the city could have our summer fun up here, but
Why not?
We're at Caldwell University.
Fine, we can make it happen.
have movie night. You know, it's pretty good. Yeah, but ultimately, yeah, that's
And create clubs.
it's good.
Part of what comes out, and I know there's been a little bit of delay since the start of the semester, is there's a weekly calendar that shows all the events that are occurring on campus. And we had Tim, I don't know if you remember Tim, was here helping keep that calendar active. He just left the university, so we're replacing him. And then there'll be more activity based on their leadership. But there should be a weekly calendar coming out within the next week or two that will list all those events. Group of students came to me and said, I asked them, I said, what do you want to do for the holidays, for Christmas time? And they said they wanted to dance. I said, okay, fine, what does that mean? Like, you tell me what it looks like. So we're planning a dance for December 6th. So we listen to students. So if you have ideas about activities, talk to Jose or my office or George, and we'll figure it out.
What about your families? Like, how are they taking this transition? Are you going to college and up here? And maybe my question should have been different. What can we do to support your family to help you, have a better college experience?
I can say my mom's been pretty happy about me being here. She's been over the top about it.
Yeah.
I can honestly say the one thing we do find as a bump in the road is me getting back and forth. Sometimes NJ Transit isn't always the best, so the buses do be screwing me over a little bit, and lifts can be a little expensive.
Yeah.
So I can say that's probably the biggest hump that we have.
I'm gonna suck in Jamari's statement. Yeah, on the NJ Transit and everything. But like, my parents were really happy to hear that, like, Newark was trying to help us like get through everything, get through school and all that. They were very excited, and just all around, very excited. And
The transportation thing can be an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do they get a chance to come and see you, or you don't want them to come up here and see you? I mean, because we can go pick them up, bring them up here, you know what I mean?
Priscilla, you
wants to
live on
visit.
campus?
I do live on campus.
Yeah,
Jonathan, you live on campus also, right?
yeah, all three of them, yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, we can, you know, try to figure that out in some kind of ways, you know, especially like for holidays and
Uber
other
cards.
things like that, and figure out how to help you out in that capacity.
Absolutely.
That was good information for us to see what we could do in that area in terms of getting people up here, getting you up here. We don't want you to be stuck. You go home for the holiday or the weekend and you can't get back. Depending on New Jersey Transit, they stop the bus routes and you really be in trouble. Yeah. So we're gonna try to figure that out and help out in that capacity. Yeah, and I noticed nobody said anything about their parents coming up here, so I'll just drop that.
My mom wants to. She
Yeah.
just, it's just been a lot. She hasn't been able to find the time to take the trip.
Yeah. I'm sure. I'm sure it's a lot. Yeah, and you working. As when I was in college, my parents might have visited me twice. You know, so I mean, it's normal.
Maybe an open house for the parents
Yeah.
in the spring when the weather breaks.
That would be a great
Nice.
idea. Yeah, the open
That's a
house.
good idea.
Yeah.
Because then you give them enough advance
Yeah.
warning. You'd even do it on a Saturday, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll let you know so you can clean your room up. And we get them up here, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, you have to tell them now.
Give them a date now.
Whenever you guys come up, we'll get the parents up here and get them back home and, you know, so they won't be stuck. We could get them up here and get them back really quickly. And just let us know, and, you know, I think that's a great idea to actually let them see the campus. They become ambassadors even
Absolutely.
in the city for other children, other parents. Yeah, so they could say Caldwell is where you should have your children, right? That's what we need
Yeah.
to, that would be great for us to
Yeah,
do.
happy to do it.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. You have any questions for me, us? Any questions?
Yes. What inspired you to create this program with Caldwell specifically?
Well, they actually came to us, Caldwell. I saw, some of the faculty and they approached me about it, right? Actually, I was speaking at Symphony Hall at an event, statewide event, to talk about Newark specifically. And, one of the guys pulled me aside and was like, listen, we want to do this.
Because you are a city.
Yeah. I thought it was awesome. So I ran into Dr. Brown and I said, look, Caldwell wants to do it. Let's make it happen. And so here we are. We started with College of St. Elizabeth. There were a lot of St. Elizabeth University now, all of these people who are interested in doing this. A lot of people say they want to do it, but they don't really do it. St. Elizabeth did it. Caldwell said they wanted to do it. They put their money where their mouth was and made it happen.
Yes.
And you guys are here as a result of that. So that's great. We want to thank them and we want to expand it. And, it's a great opportunity. It's a great opportunity, yeah. There's probably, we do a little bit with NJIT in Newark like this as well. But, this is a whole nother experience.
I know the mayor said we're going to expand it and eventually do it bigger, right? When we get ready to do this with a second cohort of students, do you guys want to play a role in that? Do you feel like there's things that they can benefit from that your experience from then to now?
Yes, definitely. I feel like if we're going to add more students into this, I would want them to rely on us as, the 4 people who came before them, and just to have some sort of guidance, because it can get pretty lonely, and especially in a crowded environment like this.
Yes.
Sure. And the transition,
Yes.
coming from your neighborhood to up here to stay, it's different transition.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
And that transition is really, it plays a major part, right? So
It
it's
does.
really good to have this community where we can lean on each other, right? And say, hey, I don't feel good today. Or, hey, things are going great today. And let me tell you why. So relationship is important. So the second time around, we can definitely get better with building relationship with new students that come in.
That's a great idea.
Great.
You can listen.
That is a great idea. Good. Any other questions? Are y'all good?
Yeah, I have one. I wanted to find out, how do you plan on going about like bringing on new students into the program, into the in the future, like.
Yep. We probably work with Newark Public Schools. And, Dr. Brown, the same way we did this before, probably will, reach out and find kids that we need, that need this bridge, and we provide it for them, who have an opportunity to be successful, and we make that a reality. There's a slight difference between this and the other program that we have. Those are kids that who have been in difficulty, right? And their parents might have been in a little difficulty as well, in terms of with the street, the law, all this other kind of stuff, having other issues around violence, have not been engaged in school the way we need them to be. And so we have a whole counseling team around them as well. So, but those kids are doing exceptionally well. We lost 1 out of 40 a year later, so it's good. So I am very happy of the prospects here. I think you guys have a great opportunity even, and I'm looking forward to what happens because of this, and your relationship with other kids. Because then you build something off of that. When other kids see you, they see the possibilities that it's real.
I have a thought, more of a suggestion. So when it comes to getting out and reaching out to the students, I know some schools have assemblies and stuff where schools will come out. So I don't know if it'll be a possibility for you guys to set up a team or something like that, to maybe certain schools you can go and show what Caldwell has to offer, and probably that could get more students engaged.
Absolutely.
And I think student engagement, right? Because we're the face, right? So when students see students, it's okay for the adults to do it, right? But the students really want to see you. Like, they really want to see your face. So, like I said, that would be a good way, too, of saying, let me tell you my real life experience because I'm there, right? And that's how you get attention, right? You're the convincing that, hey, come, let's go to school, right? And back to them challenges. We do have challenges that make us resilient, right? That's why we're here. But don't let them challenges, kind of disconnect you from student life or engaging and doing well in the school year.
I mean, we're already planning the next trip, which is in January. We love the assembly idea. That's our thing. So we can invite not only Caldwell University to do their presentation, especially to talk about that commitment grant, right? And then we can bring you guys. As Leah said, they might not want to see the the senior folk, right? But they might be more convinced, because we're going to oversell, but they might be more convinced if they see you.
Yeah.
And we already got a commitment, because one of the things they talk about is EOF, adding an EOF partnership to ensure that all the newer students that we add are also accepted in EOF.
Sure.
Right.
So,
Very strong EOF program here.
Yeah, that's extremely helpful for
Yep.
us as well.
That's the
Yeah,
transportation money and all that.
Yes.
that
Yeah.
they're missing.
yep, that's the support.
Books.
Like you got something to say. You have something
Yeah, it's on my mind. So how can the city of Newark build more community before the start of a new program
Yeah.
like this?
to say? More of a what?
More of the start of the program like this.
Oh,
More community building.
yeah, I think that we need you guys more than anything. As Aaliyah said, we need you to be successful.
Right.
Because you're the pioneers. All of the kids that are in these spots doing the work that they're doing, whether it's here, NJIT, St. Elizabeth, you guys are pioneers for us, Rutgers, Newark. And when you finish, you come back and talk to the community and kids and high schools that you went to, and they see you, and it becomes real, and it builds community, because we want kids to believe the same way you knew when you left elementary school that you was going to high school.
Yeah.
You knew that. You was basically trying to figure out which high school you wanted to go to, so forth and so on. It really wasn't a discussion, like, I'm going to high school, this is the high school I'm going to. Well, your mother said, no, you're going to this high school. One or the other. And we want the kids to feel that way when they leave high school, to have college in mind, particularly New Jersey institutions that are right here in their state, that they have the access to, that they should be able to have an easier way to get into outside of traveling around the country to go to school, which is a lot more expensive, right, and a lot more difficult, particularly if you're not, financially prepared to do that, right, and if you don't get a full scholarship and all these things. So it's easier to be here, and it's easier for us to help you in New Jersey. So I think that's what we're trying to do, and build a community of college goers.
And I want to add to that, just really trying to do more of a cohort model, just leaning in on what was done for St. Elizabeth, getting those parents together, having days where once we get them interested and they go through an instant decision, like you had done, like creating an event after that with your parents, right, and building that cohort model.
Right.
And just like, because I did my graduate program with a cohort model, and we were like calling each other, like, you can do it, right? And so just making sure that that's also embedded in that next program. Instead of just bringing you guys, that maybe even considering doing like, not a rush, but something where maybe there are Black student unions or some type of clubs and activities can also come to the assembly and sell the program, because when I went to school, that's what I needed, right? That immediate community, other than my roommate, right? I needed another set of community to plug into. And you guys can do that too, and you have agency to create your own clubs.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If y'all want to just play video games, that can be club, right?
They actually, at St. Elizabeth, we actually had to go through a program over the summer before they even went to the schools. It would be great to create this opportunity for you and your parents to go through a program, just the expectations of what college is going to be. Because it's a big jump, like you said, right, from your high school or from the community you was in. It's not every other household is a college-going community. So at the end of the day, there's a jump, and we want to be able to make sure you're prepared for that leap, that you're ready, and that that there are people there to support you. That there are people there to support you, right? That we are here. If you panic, just call us, right? And we have folks that'll talk to you, to come out there and see you and visit you. So we don't want you to panic and be like, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do out here. I'm bored. What is going on? Or that's going on. We want to be able to support you through this. It's very important for us. Like I said, you guys are pioneers.
You got to tell Nelsa that you're bored. She'll find something for you to do.
Yeah, so
sure.
we'll figure it out.
And can I charge you guys, and I know it seems awkward and weird, it's a new generation, but you guys, let's go to movies Saturday, just you guys, right? And just hang out, right? And build that relationship so you guys can support one another, so you can create the first cohort on your own. So I want to charge you to just step out, well, I say on faith, and just all right, give me each other's number and let's do something together. So just so you guys can build community now.
Oh, that's great. We should do that. That's great. Yeah.
We've done EOF summer programs, so we have that model.
Yep.
So if the cohort's big enough, we can
Yeah.
certainly work that in.
Absolutely.
And I think that also would be great, because I know the transition is hard. There are counseling services on campus. Take advantage of that. And also, counseling is just simple therapy of talking to each other, like Dr. Brown said, being really charged and feel vulnerable and open to talk to each other, or talk to us and say, hey, I feel disconnected in this way. It's really needed, right? And we probably think of oh, I don't need that, I don't need to do that, but you might really need to do it, right? Because there are some things that we experience during the transition, or there's some things like poverty, or there's some things like struggles within the class, or your grades, or anything that may hinder you from growing and prospering, right? So you want to be able to use them services on campus and go talk to someone.
Can I ask a question? How many of you guys are first generation? You guys are the first one to go to college Any of you? Okay. Right, okay. Right, so, I mean, that's so important. That's heavy, right?
Me too.
And right, I was too. And it was kind of heavy because sometimes my family didn't know how to support me, right? And then I didn't feel as connected when I came back, right? You know, it was kind of an outlier, if you will. But I just think it's okay to know that some days everybody don't feel motivated. Like, I don't want to go to work today, right? So if you're feeling those things, like, you're still enough. There's still a place for you. But those are emotions that you just go through, right? When you have heavy commitments, right? You know, so don't want you to be hard on yourself and give yourself some grace too in this process. Being a first generation is heavy, but I know your siblings are looking at you, right? And they're proud too, yeah.
Well, I appreciate you guys for, probably we're doing something better than talking to the mayor. I appreciate you for coming out here and being a part of this and being successful. Long as you guys are happy and you're engaged and you know, doing what you're supposed to do in school and you get out of here, you graduate, that's incredibly important, right? You know, give it your best shot while you're here and make use of all of the resources that are available to you, and never feel like it's a problem for you to ask for help. Always ask for help when you need it. You feel like you can't do it, you're drowning, go get some support from the school, from us. We're here for those purposes, and we want you to finish. We want to come to graduation with your parents and be happy about it, and be screaming Newark in the back. You know? we want you to make it happen, you know, for us and thousands of other children who want this experience.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you, Mayor. Like, thank you really for always considering the students, always considering the community, and really putting these in place for us, because college, like you say, is one of the things that students in our neighborhood shy away from, right? And we want to feel like we belong, right? Because we're moving forward, right? We're a city to move forward, right?
That's right.
But we also want to be students to move forward in higher education. So I think this is great. And thank you.
Yeah.
Come on, let's clap it up for the mayor. On this corner.